Hello, you are on channel Rewatch. Today I will tell you about a movie in which a young girl gets stuck in an elevator with a stranger and does all sorts of things with him. Jennifer stayed up at work until late in the evening, with her laptop on the whole time. She wanted to write to her ex-boyfriend, telling him she will fly to New York tomorrow to see him, but she couldn't muster up the courage. Finally, when the last employee of the office has left, the girl turns off the laptop without sending a letter. Jennifer takes the present she bought for Derek, her purse and phone, and walks to the elevators. Guy was in a hurry to leave the office building. He ran into the toilet and then heads to the elevators. Guy works on the 42nd floor and Jennifer on the 49th. They press the button to call the elevator almost simultaneously. Jennifer enters the elevator first, and then it opens on Guy's floor. As they descend, they exchange small talk. Guy shows a drawing on one of the walls of the elevator, which depicts a man in a box who cannot get out. When the elevator descends into the basement, it stops abruptly. Guy and Jennifer are perplexed. They try to call for help, but no one answers. Cell phones also have no signal in the basement. Ahead is a long weekend, and even Valentine's Day. If they do not get out of the elevator today, they will be trapped for several days. Jennifer is nervous because she needs to catch the plane. After discussing the situation, both understand that no one will be looking for them, which means they will have to get out on their own. Guy tries to stretch the doors open, but nothing happens. They take turns trying to lift the ceiling panels, but it's no use. Then Guy and Jennifer resign themselves. They decide to just wait. Jennifer is thirsty. Guy offers her his water, or the wine he took home from the office. After a bit of bickering, Jen agrees to the water. She drinks, and after a while, she needs to go to the toilet. It's been 4 hours in the elevator, and the girl continues to endure so as not to do it in front of a stranger. Guy suggests she relieves herself in a thermos, which the girl has in her bag. Jennifer resisted, but agrees when Guy promises not to look and to cover his ears. To kill time, they talk about all sorts of nonsense, and throw candy that Jen took with her from the office. Finally, realizing that before this moment, life was not going well for the two of them, the couple decides to open the wine and cheer themselves up. Both have a corkscrew in their bags. They open the bottle, drink, and share life stories. When the bottle was empty, the two find a new way to entertain themselves. They took out a piece of paper and pens from a portfolio and begin to draw each other. During this, Guy says that he saw Jennifer several times in the building and that he liked her. Guy is a very nice, attractive, caring man, and Jennifer starts to like him more and more. Their warm conversation is interrupted by a random noise outside. It sounds to them like the security guard who is checking the building. However, as usual, no one answers their cries. Guy's drawing is pretty good, but Jen's picture portrays her elevator companion with fangs and a bottle in his hands. She wanted to joke about it, but is suddenly afraid that Guy will be offended. Guy was not, however, offended. He even liked Jen's caricature. Jennifer took out her phone to take a picture of Guy's drawing, and she promised that if they get out of here alive, she will use it as her profile picture on her social networks. The two of them share their thoughts on what they would like to eat right now, as both of them are growing quite hungry, and then they take a selfie. Guy suggests they discuss something interesting to avoid boredom. Among the topics suggested by Guy was sex. Jennifer agrees to talk about this, but wants to make the conversation more interesting. The phone she still held in her hands gave her an idea. The girl turns on the camera, starts recording, and asks Guy where he had the most unusual sexual experience. Guy is embarrassed. Then Jen takes the initiative. She talks about her adventures in the library, then again directs the camera at Guy, and he confesses that nothing like this has happened in his life. Jennifer asks him to come up with a story, and Guy tells an erotic sketch about a trip with a girl in a car. Both get excited, and sparks begin to flash.
Another true statement. I'd really like to kiss you.
Jennifer and Guy start kissing, undress each other, and make love on the floor of the elevator. Having finished, Guy confesses that he is ready to fall in love with Jennifer. The girl moves away from him and becomes constrained and cold. Guy asks her about this, and Jen confesses that she was going to fly to New York to see her ex, and that she still loves him and wants to put up with him, and explains that she and Guy were just having casual sex. Guy is upset by this, and he is convinced that he and Jen no longer have a future together, so he also decides to be frank. He says that their meeting in the elevator is not accidental, that his name is not Guy, and that he works as a security guard in this building. He says that he had already seen Jennifer many times and wanted to meet her, but she did not pay attention to the usual guard. Then he decided to set up their incident in the elevator. Guy, who is actually named John, has a key with him that he used to block the elevator. Seeing this, Jennifer tries to take the key. They have a fight, the key breaks, and Jen manages to knock out John for a while. But he quickly recovers and hits Jen, knocking her unconscious. When Jen regained consciousness, John turned into a real psycho. He thrashed about the elevator car in fits of jealousy. He opened Jen's gift for Derek, put on the shirt, and lit a cigar. Jennifer was extremely scared, but can't do anything. Since they broke the key, they have to sit here until someone finds them. Out of idleness, or maybe because he is tired of threatening Jennifer, John notices that the ceiling panels are not bolted down, which means they can be knocked out. He climbs up, knocks out the panel, and is going to climb the elevator shaft for help. He asks Jen to lift him to the ceiling to make it easier to climb, but Jen says that she does not have enough strength. She promises him that she will not call the police, and will definitely come back for him if John lifts her to the ceiling. John concedes. However, barely getting upstairs, Jennifer flips John off, tells him to go to hell, and climbs the stairs to the exit.
No.
John is furious. He makes a rope out of clothes, throws it over the beam above him, and climbs out. He promises to kill Jen when he catches up with her, and the girl crawls in panic to the locked door. She does not have enough time to get out, and John catches up with her. He tries to throw her to the floor, but he himself falls. Waking up, Jen notices the fire extinguishing system. She makes a fire in the lid of her thermos using papers from her bag. Then John comes to his senses. He injured his back, but can still move. Jen's attempt to attract the attention of firefighters failed, as the sprinkler system puts out the fire. Jennifer and John begin to fight again. Jen manages to tie up John's arms and legs. She wants to cut off his cock with cigar scissors. But then a better idea comes to her. She records herself and John on camera and threatens to use the cigar scissors on him if he doesn't confess to holding her in the elevator against her will on camera to show the police later. John confessed everything, because he does not want to part with his manhood. He also tells that once he owned a business, and that his story about the girl is true, except on the day they were in the car, it crashed and the girl died. He had been put in prison for half a year. After being released, he couldn't find work anywhere, so he got a job in the security office where he met Jen. He immediately liked her, and he missed the female affection and warmth he received when he was with his girlfriend. John knew that the girl he was watching would never be with him, a simple guard, so he invented the whole story with the elevator. While John is telling Jennifer all this, a mustachioed man enters the building with his girlfriend. John sent him home earlier, saying he would guard instead of him. John also said the same to the third shift guard. The partner wanted to show off to his girlfriend by taking her to the roof of the building. However, he noticed that the security checkpoint was empty. He saw John was not in the locker room either. Then he looked at the video feed from the security cameras in the elevator. There was a mess, among which lay a bloody John and Jennifer. John's partner contacts him on the intercom and promises to come to the rescue. His girlfriend has already settled down on the couch in the hallway and is almost asleep. The man finds the right door, opens it slightly, and throws the key inside. John kicks Jennifer against the wall. He says that the key does not work and asks his partner to climb in and see what's wrong. When he gets halfway into the elevator, John starts the elevator back up, cutting the other guard in half. John knocks out Jennifer, dumps his partner's body in the elevator shaft along with the bloody clothes, carries Jen's body to the trunk of his car, and walks to the security counter. Here he deletes all recordings from the security cameras, and suddenly notices his partner's girlfriend. He then kills her, and throws her into the elevator shaft as well. After changing his clothes and removing any traces of blood, John gets into his car and drives to a trash can somewhere in the wilderness. He pours a can of gasoline into the trash and then talks to Jen through the trunk lid. The girl does not answer, so John opens the trunk of the car and realizes that she is dead. He relaxes, goes to the trash can to throw out her handbag, and at this moment, Jen attacks from behind. She hits her captor with a petrol canister, then she gets in the car and begins to drive away. At the end of the alley leading to the trash can, the car stops. John is perplexed, but decides to take advantage of the situation. He is already running to the car when he sees that Jennifer has put it in reverse. She picks up speed, ready to ram the kidnapper. The alley is narrow. John has nowhere to go. At the last moment before the collision, he jumps into the trash can. Jen gets out to see what happened to John. John is wounded and unable to move, lying among the waste, drenched in gasoline. Jen takes out a cigar which John had for himself, along with a lighter. She starts smoking it and looks at John for a long time. He realizes what she's about to do in horror. Jen walks away from the trash can while smoking the cigar, stops, and throws it into the gasoline. Flames break out, devouring the trash and John along with it.